Hey everyone, welcome back, and today I'm here with the Berserker Lightning Strike build update, and I quickly want to say the Poisonous Concoction was good, and I was kind of done with the build, and I didn't change much from the update video, so I didn't see the point of making an update video for that. And then, yeah, I've re-rolled or changed it into this build, and yeah, this is Kobe's build, and I highly recommend you check out his channel because he has so much information of this build, like budget stuff, leveling, everything, so go check him out there. Like I learned a lot of my information from this. He has like a budget shopping cart, and then I added. I've gone a bit more. I've kind of gone over budget. I had some budget gear before, but I already upgraded it. Now, before you guys flame me, I know it's low life, but I'm missing so many points on the tree. I'm missing Blood Drinker, and I'm missing Bloodless as well, and levels. So just keep that in mind. I am, I've pretty much gone for a lot of damage, so I'm a little bit squishy right now, but we do have a lot of max res over here, and we have 90% fizz reduction, which is super nice. So it's actually a lot tankier than you think, but at the same time we do or can get one shot by Scourge if we have like 150 plus stacks, and it will happen sometimes. But honestly, the damage is just completely insane. And yeah, I'll show you guys a map showcase in a bit, but I kind of want to just cover what the heck I've done and the upgrades that I'm looking to make in the future. Now, only today did I upgrade my gloves and my boots. I was using a really scuffed one before. So if you guys want to see, my old boots were these ones, which are just a lot of resist and some move speed. They're nothing special. They even have 20% move speed. And now we have upgraded to these. We got really lucky. We got Cannot Be Chilled, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, we got the increased effect of non-damaging elements elevated, and then we also got Tailwind. I didn't get elevated Tailwind because I checked the DPS on PoB and it wasn't worth how much more it was going to cost, so I just left that out of the picture for now. So the way I made these was I got the base. I got a two-tone boots with elevated non-damaging elements, and I got that for 2x because I think people are just selling them for 2x at the moment, and that was a really good price because I didn't have to elevate it myself. And then I went and bought one with I bought one with Tailwind, which was about 1x, and then I woke orb them together, and we hit a really bad suffix, but that's okay. And then what we did was suffixes cannot be changed, and then we used a veiled chaos orb on the item, and then we hit move speed cannot be chilled, and then we crafted life. So it was pretty nice. These boots are super good, and the reason you want increased effect of non-damaging elements is because if you path over here, I'll just go on D&D for now. If you path over here, you need to take this on here, increased effect of non-damaging elements. Otherwise, your brittle and your scorch goes like a lot worse. What I noticed was that without this mastery, I was only hitting about 10 brittle, which is really bad, because if you don't have your bottled faith or your diamond flask up, your crit goes down the toilet. So because of your blitz charges and all that, and you don't actually have that much crit on the tree, so it's really important that you have the non-damaging elements somewhere, and this allows us to ditch all these points that go there, and we really need points on this build. Like, you're struggling for points all the time, and it's very difficult. And this tree is almost identical, if not identical, to Kobe's one. We run this cluster setup here, which I'll go into a bit later. But yeah, I just needed to express that. And yeah, so the other thing that I made today that I upgraded was the gloves. So I was using these ones before. They just got some life, resist, and strike. And I really wanted to get +2 strike. Unfortunately, when we awaken our orb, we rolled a increased armor prefix, which was really annoying. But other than that, it's not that bad, the item. Like, if you get the, it's really unlikely to get an empty prefix when you woke orb, frenzy charge, and strike. But if you do, then you can multi-mod, or you can just craft life and you can use it like that, or you can craft life and then reforge key prefixes. And then what I did here, I reforged key prefixes because I had full suffixes, and then I rolled strength and then crafted crit chance and ele damage. Now, what you can do here if you want to get some resist potentially is to do prefixes cannot be changed, and then Aisling 50/50. And then if she doesn't remove the strength, and she just removes the prefixes cannot be changed, then what you can do is unveil this crit chance craft here, or you can unveil some resist and then craft this crit chance craft afterwards. and that would be kind of the gloves done. And you know, make these gloves are actually really expensive, guys. And I don't know, I wouldn't say it's worth it unless you've got you know, a decent amount lying around, because like on average this will cost you about 10 exalts to craft, because what happens is you need to get a strike skills with another mod on a hunter glove, and then you need to maven orbit. You need to get a 50-50 to hit +2. If you don't, then that's 5x gone, because it's 2x for the base for the strike and the additional mod. And then what you have to do is maven, which is 3x. And then if you hit the strike skills, then you need to use an awakener's orb with a frenzy charge on another gloves. And then finally that is the gloves done. It's a bit of an annoying process, and if you roll an extra prefix, which is highly likely, then what you can do is resell the gloves and then go again until you hit the open prefix, and you'd have to just keep doing that until you hit an open prefix. But I don't want to be trading all the time. Like every time I make a gloves, I'm waiting for it to sell and then make another one, because I don't have the currency to just keep making more and more gloves all the time. So that's why I've just decided to use these for now, but maybe I will remake it in the future, who knows. It depends how much I want to go into this build. And then something really unfortunate happened today with my helmet. So I got a Blizzard Crown with buff effect. This is about 2 exalts or something. And what happened was I used Spy Essences, I think, for the intelligence, because you really need it on this build. And we rolled T2 life, and then I annulled a annulled this prefix, and I tried to Warlord Exalt Slam it for elemental damage or power charge, but unfortunately we got Warcry skills have increased AoE, which I guess gives us a bit of AoE on General Scribe, but it's kind of useless, so we don't really want that. But yeah, for now I'm just going to leave it as it is, because I don't have the currency to remake this helmet. I'd have to just sell this one and then make another one and a Warlord Exalt Slam it again and see if I get elemental damage. And the question about maybe Awakener orbing it instead with, you know, better mods, like with maybe crit multi and something else from another influence, is a good idea. But the problem is that I want intelligence, and of course I really want life, because our life on this build is way too low. But yeah, the way we can maybe pump out the most amount of DPS is we get an Awakener Orbed Helmet, maybe with a crit multi with Warlord, and then Shaper, nearby enemies take 6% increased elemental damage. And then we would get the resist on the Spike Gloves with the Aisling, and then we won't have to have resist on here anymore, and then we would just use that. But I think I've done enough squeezing out the DPS, so I don't think it's worth it. Right now, I'm using a budget claw. It's a very cheap one. It's the one place where I haven't spent very much yet, which I plan to upgrade next. It's really bad. It's just some. I got this for about 2 exalts, I think. It was on the budget better trading by Kobe, so go and check it out. Those claws are really cheap and they do the job, and you'll see how it's more than enough damage for just normal content. And then we run a Mark of the Elder. It's just really good damage. I still need to catalyst this. As you can see, it's 14%, and I don't even think I have 2 more percent, I guess, so I can put it on there right now, but I haven't even put that yet. And then we have a diamond ring here with just life and resist with Assassin's Mark. You definitely, what I'm doing for that is I'm going to upgrade it into a Vermilion later. And then yeah, I just need Assassin's Mark and life on this, and then it will be done. And just craft a resist on there, which is super easy. I'm running a really turbo cheap amulet. This amulet is like, I don't know, 50C or something. And then yeah, this is just a placeholder for Ulnatol's one, Ulnatol amulet, but it's very expensive. It's like 70 exalts, so I'm not going to get that for a while. And I'd have to really enjoy this build to take it to that level, so I'll let you guys know if I'm going to go for that or not later. But yeah, we anoint Claws of the Falcon instead of Panopticon, and the reason we do that is because Claws of the Falcon gives you more mapping DPS when your totems aren't down, which I prefer over just having boss DPS, because Panopticon technically is the best anoint, but it just gives you boss DPS because it only works when your totems are down. That anoint is kind of useless without it, so I just don't like that. And yeah. And then finally, we have 2 more things to cover, which is the Red Blade. We got one with Cold Res, and we lose 40 life on your block. Now, you might think this is bad, but losing 40 life on 30% block is kind of whatever. It doesn't really feel like you're taking too much damage, and we have so much life gain on hit and leech, so we don't really care about that at all. and we just have cold res on here, and I'm currently scourging another red blade over here, which is kind of nice. And then yeah, and then finally we have the Stygian Vice. So I got this Stygian Vice for about 50C or something. It's got wed and resists and life, kind of standard. And then for the Abyss Jewel we have over here, it's got some accuracy, which is very needed. Actually, I don't know if it's needed anymore, but you'll see here, if I take it out, we go to 97%. So that accuracy is actually very useful. And then, yeah, that is it. We got some lightning damage to attacks on it. That Abyss Jewel is really cheap. It's like 50C or something like that. Okay, so and then we got some flasks. Now these are not optimal at all. I just chucked them together, but it's got some increased attack speed diamond with used when you hit a rare unique, because you don't need this unless you're killing a boss. Like honestly, you don't. Next we just have a bleeding flask, and I don't know, it's kind of nice to have because I don't have corrupted blood immunity. And then we have a granite flask over here with increased armor, and then a quicksilver of adrenaline, or cheetah now, whatever it's called, the highest roll, T1, I don't know. And then finally we have a bottle faith over here, which is nice. Where I got this bottle faith, I actually got a cortex from Zana, and I just got it from there. I didn't have to buy that, which was super nice. Okay, now let's get into the tree. So there's a lot going on here, and I'll try to explain it the best that I can, and if I don't understand anything, then I'll let you guys know as well. So we go here, we go down, and we take the +2 all res, and if you combine it with Brass Dome, I don't know if I covered this, but it gives you 5 all res with the max roll, and as you can see, it gives 4,000 armor as well. So if you see here, we actually have 82, 82, 83, and the 83 comes from this node over here, which is really good. And this makes you really, really tanky to elemental damage. I really recommend it. And we actually run Brine King for freeze immunity. The reduced effect of chill obviously doesn't matter because we have the chill immune boots, but the cannot be frozen is really important because it's, I mean, you can run it on your flasks if you want, but I prefer to just have it on the Pantheon. And then we also upgraded this one, which gives you the less duration of poisons on you, which is nice. And then we go here and we take this Watcher's Eye. This Watcher's Eye I actually got for quite cheap, even though it's got a triple useful mod for Lightning Strike. And the increased fire damage, I guess, isn't that good because we're not only scaling fire damage, but it still gives some damage. So we got multi, we got fizz reduction while affected by determination, which we don't really need, but it's kind of nice to have in the early stages before we have like a level 21 determination. And yeah, it's just nice to have in the meantime. But ideally, you kind of want block, but then block is kind of bad for me because of my shield, so it's kind of questionable. We take Unwavering Stance because we don't scale any evasion at all, and getting stunned is a major problem because we have a very low life pool as well. We'll get stunned way too much, and we really don't want that. We go down, we take Hard Knocks, the intelligence node, because we struggle a lot for intelligence. And the reason we need so much intelligence is because of Awakened added lightning damage support. It's so important for this build, and yeah, I don't know, it gives too much damage. It gives you +1 lightning gems, and it gives you a bunch of flat lightning damage, so it's just a way too important. And quickly to cover my gems, I'm missing Awakened added cold, and that's, I guess, Awakened multi-strike too. That would be the last one, and then Anomalous Nightblade would give you elusive effect, which gives you more damage. So if we go down here, I'll just show you guys the cluster. So we're running Martial Prowess. It gives attack speed, accuracy. It's very useful. We got attack speed, leech mana, which we really need, increased damage while leeching, and attack speed while leeching. Feed the Fury is actually really high damage. And then we go here, we take Lead by Example and Warning Call. So this gives us increased armor per power, which is quite good. And then we also get Lead by Example. When you use a War Cry, you gain Onslaught, which is basically up permanently. And then, of course, Secrets of Suffering, one of the best notables in the entire game, or gemstones, whatever it's called. And then this class is actually kind of expensive, Mob Mentality plus Haunting Shout. So we get Intimidate, and we get chance to grant Endurance Frenzy or Power Charge per power. So this is really good because you basically get Endurance power or Frenzy Charge every time you do this. And as you can see, it's pretty good. Look, 3 3 frenzy charges in a boss fight. It's kind of good. Now, it is a bit RNG, but it's still super nice to have. I really recommend this cluster, but it's around 2 exalts, so you're going to be set back a little bit. And then we just have a resist, life, and attack speed jewel here. It's not the best jewel in the world, but you know, we need the resist pretty bad. So, and you're probably thinking, whoa, wait, you have so much res. Now I'm planning to replace this claw. So as you can see, I did plan for this so that I can literally buy a completely new claw and I can just slot it in without worrying about resist, because I know my current one has way too much resist, which is really bad. Okay, now we go here, we take this. We need to travel all the way to this side. It's really important we get here because there's too many good nodes. So we go here, we take Immortal Ambition, which gives you life leech effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled. Life leech effects recover ES instead while on full life. So this just gives us some overleech, which is kind of nice. And then it's very easy to do. You're only spending 3 points here. And you need to make sure it's by Ahuana, the Glorious Vanity. And then you get some small nodes, which is nice. So we got some max life, some attack speed, and then other stuff isn't that useful. So you might want to roll it better. And then we go up here. We take this because we're running quite a lot here. We're running Anger, Determination, Precision, and Defiance Banner. So you're going to need to take the Reservation Efficiency with Charisma. And then you also need to take Precision Reservation Efficiency with Acuity over here. And then we just take some life. Now this is really important, the crit mastery that gives you 50% increased effect of non-damaging elements you inflict with critical strikes. You really need to make sure you have this. And then this thread is really insane. It's a large one, and you get piercing shots, forces of nature, one with nature, and primeval force. A lot of damage for not too much investment. We take intuition for some life over here, which is kind of nice. And then we go up here. We take from the shadows, and the reason we take a dagger node is because it gives 40% increased effect of elusive, which gives a lot of damage, and on top of that you also get 40 multi for skills supported by Nightblade. So even though the small nodes don't do anything, it's still very good. Next off, we're supposed to be taking this Claws of the Hawk, which is insane. And then you also take the Mastery over here, which gives you skills supported by Nightblade, have 40% increased effect of elusive. And then you go and take Blood Drinker here as well. And then the other thing I was missing was Bloodless over here, some more life. So yeah, that is the current situation. For the Ascendancy points, we take this Warbringer. For Red Blade, it's got really good synergy with that. And we basically have instant 50 rage when we use General's Cry. I don't know why it's not on left click, but normally you want it on left click. And as you can see, instant 50 rage. And then, yeah, it's insane. Next off, we just take the Blitz charges. And even though we get reduced crit, it's a lot of attack speed. And this is the leading point. Now, this point itself is just kind of whatever. It's not that good, but it's not bad either. And then obviously Aspect of Carnage. Go full monkey mode. More damage, increased damage taken. You can go down this way too, but this isn't that good. You do lose some damage too. I don't think it's a good idea, but you can try it out if you want. I don't think there's any reason to though. Okay, so that is that covered. Okay, so before I go into a map, I just want to say that there is one minor problem I have with the build. And you have to press a lot of buttons if you want to like your maximum DPS, right? So the way you do it is you need to make sure you have your rage. You would press berserk. You would press your well, first you'd put your, like, say there's a boss here, you'd put your ancestral protector down, and then you'd put your Val War Chief down, and you need to make sure your blood rage is up too. And then you press berserk and then Val Lightning Strike, and you would just go ham on them, and they pretty much get Omega one shot if you do that. But if you're a bit lazier, it's not that not like a big deal, because you can just pretty much kill them in a couple of seconds later anyway. So I'll quickly show you guys a map showcase now. I'm gonna just show a bunch of Scourge, because I think a lot of people want to see how the builds perform in the League mechanic. And yeah, I will say this build is really fast. It's really fun. It just does too much damage. And you're probably wondering, what do I do in this situation where we get to a wall and we need to dash? So because we have too many things on our tooltips here or whatever, I actually put my flame dash on Control Q if I ever need to do that. I know it's really bad, but there's too many buttons. So Maybe something will have to get sacrificed later for something else, but yeah, it's kind of whatever. At this point, I'm not really that bothered because the build is really, really fun. So I don't really have an issue with it doing that. And this map, no, we didn't roll time chains. It was just a monster that gave it to us. But yeah, as you can see, our attack speed is completely absurd, and I didn't even press Blood Rage yet. And okay, yeah. So another upgrade that I really need for consistent boss DPS, but it's not like that big of a deal right now, is Anomalous Blood Rage. I think the one that gives you Blood Rage on crit strike, or give you like 2% chance to gain Blood Rage on like on hit or something, which is a really low chance, but because we attack so much, it's actually okay. It's not a problem at all. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on this build. I'm having a lot more fun with it than I was with any other build this league. And I played Lightning Strike a couple of leagues ago as well. I played the staff version, which I also found really fun. But that one was even more intensive because you had to click too much stuff, or even more stuff than this, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's not that bad. The only thing I will say is that you really need to be careful of Corrupted Blood if you don't have immunity to it, because you have so much clear and your HP is really low, you can die to it very, very quickly. And that's something that I've noticed as well. So yeah, as you can see, like, I don't know, things just don't interact. It's really, really fun, really fast playstyle. And I don't know, it's just so much fun, this build. So yeah, this is Scourge. As you can see, we're 99 stacks, and I'm going to keep doing it as much as possible. And then we'll do the map boss. I think the map boss is coming up soon as well. But yeah, I think we cleared a bit too much of the map with Scourge, but maybe we can still go in it here. So if we can go down here, maybe get some more monsters. But yeah, right now there's so much more upgrades I've still got, and it's looking really promising right now. And yeah, so here's the boss DPS. I'll try and use everything, but I probably missed some stuff. But yeah, I don't think I put my totems down. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. When it comes to map boss, I never remember to do that stuff because they die too quick anyway. So whenever I don't know, with the totems and stuff, I could only really use it on a conqueror because they like live a lot longer usually. But yeah. So there's 50 monsters remaining. This map is a bit annoying sometimes. You have to backtrack here. Might as well use Scourge again. And yeah, let's just go down here. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty smooth. Like, I actually haven't been under threat at all by monsters. And here's the monsters that I needed to backtrack to. There's still more somewhere. I think I know where they are. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty damn good, right? Go here. Got Caustic Ground. So we don't actually have any Chaos Res, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know where the monsters are left on this map. It's probably one of those side areas, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. So that is the build showcase. And yeah, it's pretty good. I'll keep you guys updated with this one. I think I'm going to play a bit longer than Poisonous Concoction. If you guys are curious, I played that one until 93, I think, which isn't that much, but I really want to play this build. I like when you want to play another build, you just don't feel like playing your current one, so that's what happens with that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.